Katie Simpson is at Capitol Hill tonight. So Katie, how did Biden make this pitch to Americans?
President Joe Biden is trying to make the case that now that the pandemic is starting to subside in the United States, the race is on to determine which country will become the dominant economic superpower over the next century. And he's framing it as a race, the United States versus China. And he's urging Democrats and Republicans to put aside their domestic differences to work together to rebuild the economy, his version of how the economy should be rebuilt. And he says that democracy is at stake here.
We can't be so busy competing with one another that we forget the competition that we have with the rest of the world to win the 21st century. To win that competition for the future, in my view, we also need to make a once-in-a-generation investment in our families and our children.
So how exactly does he want to make that investment? He's introducing a number of social programs. They're actually Canadian-style, European-style social programs that will fundamentally change the way Americans interact with their government. Things like paid parental leave, things like investments in childcare, investments in education, ways to build the middle class and lift people out of poverty rather than give tax cuts to the wealthy and corporations. He wants to change the way Americans think about how governments work and to support the middle class, grow the economy that way. There are two pieces of legislation he wants to see Congress pass: his jobs plan to help build green jobs and help grow the economy that way, as well as this families plan to provide the expanded safety social net there. He says if Americans can follow his plan, put aside their differences, put aside the partisanship, and find a way forward here to help rebuild the economy, he says it will send a message to the rest of the world. And again, really hammering home the point here that from his perspective, if the United States doesn't win this race, that democracy is at stake.
They look at the images of the mob that assaulted the Capitol as proof that the sun is setting on American democracy. But they're wrong. You know it, I know it. But we have to prove them wrong. We have to prove democracy still works, that our government still works, and we can deliver for our people.
Getting anything like this through Congress, these big pieces of legislation, will be incredibly difficult, especially given how divided the Senate is and how polarized the country is right now. Adrienne.
All right, Katie Simpson in a busy Capitol Hill tonight. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks.